Arkansas down the stretch. Can you just talk to us maybe about the second half, and particularly the fourth quarter?
Yeah, Coach Schaefer made a couple of adjustments at halftime defensively. I thought it gave us a really good chance to go on a couple of runs there. We started getting stops that we were able to turn into some transition buckets. And then I think we started playing a little bit harder. We were stuck in the mud for a few possessions there in that second quarter. We talked about it in the press conference leading up. We were worried about how do we adjust to everybody telling us we had a good game against Tennessee. I think there was some of that. But when we talked about what we had at stake tonight, and again, I just asked Jerry, I'm not sure that we're going to know this, but there's a chance we're going to wake up in fourth place tomorrow in this league if everything happened. I don't know what happened in the other games yet, but if mathematically we could conceivably be up there at the top at a 4-2. And that just you saw a little shot of energy go through the kids in the locker room, and then they carried that over through the second half. We made enough shots to pull away, and thought we got good efforts from a lot of different kids. Breaking in the new guy.
So it's kind of obvious why you switched from the zone there after the first quarter, but in the fourth quarter it was like every couple of possessions you were switching from man to zone. Was there any triggers that caused you to do switches or what?
We were just trying to stretch the game out a little, make sure they took a little extra time looking over at their coach on what they're in, maybe trying to organize, and if that saved us 10 or 15 seconds, because I have a really hard time getting my team to slow down, if y'all haven't noticed that. And I'm not sure I want them to, but I do want them to take better shots sometimes when you have the lead. So when we got up 16, it was like, if we go from man to zone, they're going to have to take a few seconds. And I thought it confused them just long enough to take a few seconds and make the game, get it to a manageable number of possessions.
Can you talk about, just how effective Malika was at the top of that, being able to get tips whenever they were confused?
Yeah, and it made them pass it 2 or 3 extra times too. Even if they didn't get a steal or a tip, they were passing it to places they didn't want to be in the second half. I thought, for that kid to play 39 minutes, that's hard to do. She got really tired at the end of the first half. I should have gotten her a sub, but I was reluctant to do that. But she'll get a good massage tomorrow. She'll be okay. Alyssa? Nate got one first. No, go ahead.
Coach Curry commented about Tolliver. He said she ignited you all against Tennessee and really did again tonight.
Yeah. She's in a good spot right now. That's a kid that thrives off energy and emotion. And if y'all watched her in shoot-around today, it was unbelievable. She looked like Al Dillard out there. She wasn't even looking at the goal. And Coach Schaefer said, don't you dare take her out until she misses one. And that third one she hit was from deep. But that's what we've seen out of that kid. She's still not 100% comfortable at this level, but she's getting close. And there's going to be a night when that becomes, instead of 4 for 7, it's going to be 8 for 14. And she did ignite us. And I thought she got us out in transition. She got a couple of tips, got a couple of steals. It was really, really good getting us off. And then that opens up Mal, and that opens up Taylor. I don't know how many times Jalen Mason fed Taylor. How many assists did she have? Maybe hockey assist, or Taylor dribbled it or something to ruin the assist. But Taylor Thomas running the middle of the floor tonight was really important. I think it tired out their big kids. And, again, the compounding effect of our pace in the first half really caught up with them, I thought, late in the game.
To piggyback Nate's question about Alexis, she had a few games there where she wasn't scoring a lot, couldn't see the basket drop, but then against Tennessee had 11, had 13 tonight. Is she getting her confidence back?
Yeah.
Is she feeling a little more comfortable?
Yeah, and we're back in school, and we're in a little more of a routine. So she's one of those kids that has to be in the gym. And sometimes when we're not in school, there's a tendency not to come to the gym as much. And she's been really diligent about it. She's in a good spot. She knows her teammates she's been shooting it really good in practice, and it's carried over. And she loves this gym. She just loves shooting it. During halftime, when we got back out there, she hit 13 in a row. And she was not even looking at the basket when she was doing it. So I hope that all carries over.
Third win in a row in the SEC, and now you hit the road and go to Florida to try to carry this momentum and continue to build on what you guys have done the last 3 games.
Just keep showing them film and just keep letting them feel good about it. We had a big party last year when we won our 3rd SEC game. Huge. We took a day and we had all this 3-theme stuff. We bought T-shirts. They asked me today, so we're getting a 4 T-shirt? I said, we're past that. Let's see what happens. But it's hard to have a winning streak in this league. I don't care who you are, because it's so tough to win on the road anywhere. And then they keep coming at you in waves. So to look down and see 4-2, 15-5, like I say, that's got a really, really good look to it.
How big was Ravens 3 and kind of breaking some things open?
It was big. Me and Coach Schaefer looked at each other. I said, I got a feeling Ravens just going to do something good. Let's try her. And he said, I got the same feeling. So we put her in first shot. She made it. She rushed the next two, but it is hard. It's a really hard thing to sit on the bench for a half and go in and make a shot. It's incredibly hard to do. And she's got a knack for doing it. We had stagnated. Lex had missed one. Chelsea was struggling a little bit. Mal had missed a couple. So, hey, let's see what Raven. It was a gut feeling. There was no analytics involved. It was me and Todd looking at each other and both agreeing, so we tried it.
You talked a little bit about Taylor. You know, before the game, did you expect her to play this big of a role? I mean, it's kind of out there.
Well, you know, those two kids, Kiera and Taylor, have been playing the 40 minutes combined pretty much every game. And it's, you know, whoever kind of has the night. Tonight it was Taylor's, and she was really running the floor. She was really engaged. We have an award at the end of the season called the No, No, Yes Award. She is now the leader in the clubhouse for that award when she shot that 15-footer. So she's the leader in the clubhouse as well. But I thought her energy was, you know, phenomenal. 5 offensive rebounds against a team that we shouldn't get any against. She had 5 of our 6. And I thought, you know, even though defensively she got buried a couple times, she made a lot of nice plays. And then she only turned it over one time, which, you know, when you're getting only one turnover out of your post players, you're really happy. Grant?
I'll do a Bob Holt 2-part question here.
Okay, I'll try to
One is,
remember it.
Have you ever had a more uncomfortable wire-to-wire win because they kept hanging around, you know?
No.
And then you talked about Mason a little bit, but it seemed like she was all over the place tonight.
She's that kid that I'm telling you, maybe she'll share with y'all the letter of recommendation I wrote for her for what some of the things she's doing. And I really challenged whoever she was giving that letter to not to fall for what I've always fallen for, and that's underestimating that kid. Not looking deeper and scratching the surface a little bit and looking at how much good she does. You move her into the high post against the zone, and she just picks people apart. She's in transition. She's getting tough rebounds. She gets 9 defensive rebounds that were all crucial. So she's that kid, and she's always been that kid, and that's a great trait to have. It's just sometimes underappreciated, and I want more and more people to know that it's not. And in true fashion, I forgot what your first part was.
They just kept hanging.
Oh, yeah. No, it was never – I mean, I looked over at Jerry. I know Jerry heard me. I said, Todd, are we up 16? I mean, because we went on a little spurt there, and it just felt like 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 6, 8, 4. No, never felt comfortable until about a minute and a half left in the game. And that's just how Alabama, we had them beat here last year. If y'all will flash back to that, we had them beat, and they outscored us like 25-14 or something in the fourth, and it started by them with a parade to the free throw line. So on that first possession, when they went straight to the free throw line, I thought, oh, boy, here we go again. But I thought this year we were able to kind of keep from doing that. And nothing's comfortable in this league, I can tell you that. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Coach. All right.